What's your favorite system? Gosh, you know, if I really had to pick, I'd say my PS2, just because I loved that thing to death and it stuck with me for the longest time. So probably my PlayStation 2 out of all the systems. Shenmue2951 asks, do you play online games like Call of Duty 4 and Halo 3, or are you more into the single player experience? I guess you could say I'm more into the single player experience. If a game has multiplayer, and you know, that really isn't a deciding factor for me if I'm going to buy it or not, because 9 times out of 10 I'm really not going to get into the online multiplayer that much. I'm just not a competitive type of person like that. I just enjoy games mostly for their stories, and if it has great gameplay, that's cool too, but it has to drag me in somehow. Yeah, I mean, playing games online is cool and everything, but especially with like on the Xbox 360, there's just so much drama involved with people just being inappropriate and silly. And I know you can mute it and you can block and you can do all this, but I just really don't want to spend my time listening to craziness that people talk and all this trash talking. It's cool when you play with friends, because I don't mind that. That's cool. But just like random, no, I don't. Freakazoid 100. What's your favorite DS game? Oh my gosh, this is a crazy question because there's so many DS games that I love. Probably most recent, Grand Theft Auto Chinatown Wars, Legend of Zelda Phantom Hourglass, Elite Beat Agents, Hotel Dusk. Wow, there's a lot, guys. Picross, however you want to say it. I'm seeing if I could peek into my DS collection over there. Gosh, there's just so many. There's so many great DS games that I love, but probably those are my favorite out of the bunch. I'm probably missing a game, like a really important game, and I can't think of it right now, but oh well. Okay, Comeback Kid asks, what is your favorite game of last generation? This is another hard question because I love so many games from the PlayStation 2, GameCube, and Xbox era. I would probably say Okami, because I love that game. But I mean, gosh, there was like Kingdom Hearts, Shadow of the Colossus, Tales of Symphonia. I loved that game. What else? Metal Gear Solid 2 and 3. There's just so many great games, but you know, if I really had to pick one, it would probably be Okami. Kool-Aid Man 889 asks, what do I do for a living? I already answered that question. G Team 123 wants to know, what am I looking forward to from E3 this year, and are you going to watch it? I don't know if I'm going to watch it yet, because that would mean I'd have to take off of work, and I don't know if I'm going to do that for E3, but let's see, what am I expecting? I'm expecting to see more games from Microsoft for the 360 and for Nintendo, because both of them don't really have strong lineups for the fall as far as, you know, what's been reported right now. They don't really have strong lineups, so I'm trying to see what the big blockbuster hits are going to be for the holiday season. So that's probably the most thing I'm interested in finding out for E3 this year. DMavs4131 wants to know, what music do you listen to? Okay, I like hip hop and R&B. I don't like rap. So when I say hip hop, I mean groups like, or artists like The Roots, Common. I like CeeLo, Talib Kweli, Mos Def. I don't like the crazy stuff that you hear on the radio. PBRSSBB wants to know, why did you choose to join YouTube? Who told you about it? No one told me about YouTube. I actually joined back in 2007, and I just started an account. I had no intentions of making videos. I just wanted to look at random crazy videos, and so I guess back in August, I was looking, I just typed in, no, actually, I saw there was like a video, I forget what the video game was, but I saw a review. It was just from a random person, so I clicked on it, and it was just this random guy doing a review for a game, and I'm like, oh wow, I had no clue that people used YouTube as an outlet to give their thoughts and opinions on video games. So that's when I started doing videos for YouTube. Splatter Trigger wants to know, what retro game actually pushed you full steam into collecting? Wow. I wish I could say that there was a retro game that pushed me into collecting, but there really wasn't. Just because I was silly enough when I was younger, and even up until a couple years ago, I would buy games and trade them in. It's not really silly because that was my means of getting new games. But as I, started working more and making more money, started holding on to my games and not selling them or trading them back. So that's probably the thing that pushed me into collecting, was just having the means of having a steady income and stuff like that, and having the, I don't want to say luxury because it's definitely not a luxury, but the ability to make money and not have to, if I wanted a game, then I can go ahead and buy whatever game I wanted. So I mean, I kind of learned along the way that in order, to get what you want, you got to work, and it doesn't matter how much you work. I mean, I definitely don't want to go out there and enslave, like, I don't know, 20 hours out of the 24-hour day, because then I wouldn't even have time to enjoy the things that I buy with all that money. But definitely, I learned that, if you want things, then you're going to have to work hard for them, and I guess that's it. The only game that I had from back in the day that I kept on to was what I kept was Resident Evil 2. So yeah, that's probably the only game. Didn't really have much of a collection. I did have a collection, but all the stuff I just got rid of when I wanted to get something new. I learned the hard way, because some games, I just wish I would have kept. Let's see. Last question is from Tatsblatt. She wants to know if you could play a well-made video game adaptation of any movie, TV show, what would it be and why? It would probably have to be Heroes, because I just love that show. That show was awesome. I would say Buffy the Vampire Slayer, but they already did that. But Heroes, just because I love the whole art style. As far as the comic book stuff goes, that's really cool. I could really see that in the game. That would look amazing. And the story is pretty interesting too, so that would be cool. They could do a lot of stuff with that. I heard there was supposed to be a Heroes game, but then it got canceled somehow, unfortunately. But I would really love to play a Heroes type of game. And hold on, I'm missing a question. Let me go back in. Okay, this one is from Retrocalypse. Last question. What's your favorite non-licensed video game soundtrack? That would have to be, wow, gosh, that's hard. There's a lot. BioShock. I don't know if that's licensed or not, but I love the soundtrack. BioShock soundtrack is amazing. Same thing goes for Akami. Even though I don't have the game, Tales of Vesperia has a great soundtrack. I love that. Klonoa. I love the music from that. More recently, Henry Hatsworth and the Puzzling Adventure. Love the music in that game as well. I know you know about that one. And that's pretty much it. Kingdom Hearts. I don't know if that's licensed. That might be. I don't know. But I love the soundtracks from those games. That's something that I also want to get into, video game soundtracks. But they're pretty pricey. My goodness. Just for like the Okami CD is like $50. I don't know if it's worth it, but I definitely want to start listening to more video game music. So that's it, guys. Thank you for sticking with me through this long video. No, I had to split it up. This is probably in 3 parts. Sorry, but I just wanted to answer everyone's question. And once again, I want to say thank you to the 700 however many subscribers that I have, and just keep checking out my channel. And who knows what's gonna come out in the future, but hopefully I'm looking forward to getting my feet wet, or I don't want to say wet because they kind of already are wet, but I'm looking forward to getting deeper into this whole YouTube gaming stuff and sharing it with you guys and talking about my feelings and thoughts and all that other type of stuff about video games here. So thanks again for watching, and I'll check you guys next time.